They're going to kill me." The scream shattered the late night silence of the city street. Daniel Reyes, a single father walking home from his late shift at a mechanic shop, froze. He wasn't supposed to be here. He had taken a shortcut through the alley to save time, eager to get home to his sleeping daughter. But now, he found himself staring at a woman stumbling toward him, her expensive heels clattering against the concrete. Her blouse was torn, her hair disheveled, and behind her, shadows of 3 men loomed, their voices sharp and dangerous. Daniel's instincts kicked in. He didn't know who she was or why she was being chased, but he knew one thing: she was in trouble. His heart pounded. He had been a soldier once, and though years had passed since combat, muscle memory never left. The woman's eyes locked with his, filled with terror, pleading without words. "Please," she gasped. "Help me?" Daniel didn't hesitate. He pulled her behind him just as the 3 men emerged from the dark. The smell of smoke and whiskey clung to them, their sneers twisted. "This isn't your business, old man," one spat. But it was his business. He couldn't walk away, not when someone's life was at stake. The fight was brutal but swift. Fists flew. Pain seared through his knuckles, but adrenaline drowned it out. Within minutes, the men retreated, cursing as they disappeared into the night. Breathing heavily, Daniel turned to the woman. She was shaking, clutching her side. "You're safe now," he said, steadying her. Her lips quivered as she whispered, I thought they were going to kill me." "You don't know what you've just done." He didn't, not yet. But he would. And it would change his life in ways he never imagined. The next morning, Daniel sat at his tiny kitchen table, his daughter Emily munching on cereal across from him. He hadn't slept much. The woman had been taken to the hospital, and though she had refused to call the police, she had begged him not to tell anyone what happened. He had respected her wishes, but something about her haunted him. Her face, her fear, her words. Emily noticed. "Daddy, you look sad," she said, tilting her head. He forced a smile. "Not sad, sweetheart. Just thinking about the future. About the job application sitting on his counter." The Reyes family was barely surviving on his mechanic's paycheck. He had been praying for a chance, and now, finally, there was a position at Griffin Enterprises, one of the most prestigious companies in the city. If he got it, Emily's life would change forever. By afternoon, Daniel found himself in the towering glass lobby of Griffin Enterprises, dressed in his best shirt and borrowed tie. He clutched his resume like it was the key to their future. But when the elevator doors opened, and he was escorted into the office of the CEO, his world nearly stopped. Sitting behind the sleek mahogany desk was the same woman he had saved last night. Her hair was neatly styled now, her tailored suit immaculate. She looked nothing like the terrified stranger in the alley. Yet those same eyes met his, wide with recognition. "You," she whispered. "It's you." Daniel blinked. "You're the CEO?" Her name was Claire Griffin. The Claire Griffin. One of the most powerful women in the country, known for her brilliance and iron will. And right now, she looked at him not as a candidate, but as the man who had stood between her and death. Silence filled the room before Claire leaned forward. "Mr. Reyes, you saved my life, and you walked into my office today to ask for a job. Do you believe in fate?" Daniel's throat tightened. This wasn't just fate. It was hope knocking on his door. But fate wasn't finished with them yet. Daniel got the job, but working under Claire was more complicated than he imagined. She trusted no one. Her world was cutthroat, and enemies lurked everywhere, even inside her company. The men who had attacked her weren't random criminals. They were tied to a corporate conspiracy, desperate to control what Claire had built. As Daniel navigated his new role, he found himself torn between 2 battles: one, to protect Claire from those who still hunted her, and another to provide stability for Emily, who was finally smiling more, finally dreaming again. The pressure mounted when threats began to reach his own home. Emily's school called one day. Someone suspicious had been lurking near the gates. Fear gripped him. This wasn't just Claire's fight anymore. It was his family's. One night, Claire confronted him in her office. "Why are you still here, Daniel? You could walk away, protect your daughter, live a quiet life. You don't owe me anything." He looked at her, his voice steady. "Because I know what it's like to have no one stand by you. And I won't let that happen to you. Or to Emily. We fight this together?" Her eyes softened, something rare breaking through her cold exterior. For the first time, she wasn't a CEO, wasn't the untouchable figure on magazine covers. She was just a woman who needed someone she could trust. And she had found that in him. The final showdown came one stormy night, when the conspirators tried to corner Claire at a shareholders' meeting. But they hadn't counted on Daniel's courage, or Claire's resilience. Together, they exposed the corruption, the men arrested, their power stripped. When it was over, Claire stood before the press, her voice strong. "This company will stand for integrity, and I wouldn't be standing here today without Daniel Reyes. A single father who reminded me what loyalty, sacrifice, and honor mean." As cameras flashed, Daniel stood silently in the wings, Emily's small hand clutching his. He didn't need the spotlight. Seeing his daughter beam with pride was enough. Later that night, Claire approached him privately. "Daniel, you saved me twice. First in that alley, then in this company. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know this. I want people like you beside me. Loyal, honest, brave." Daniel smiled softly. "And I'll be there. As long as it means building a better future for Emily. That's all I want." The Claire's gaze shifted to the little girl by his side, her smile warming. "Then maybe we're all saving each other." And in that moment, under the quiet city lights, Daniel realized that what began as a chance encounter had become something far greater. Not just survival, not just a job, but the start of a new chapter, where hope, courage, and family were stronger than fear.